Accusing someone of witchcraft could land you in jail for 5 years. That's the punishment contained in the amended Criminal Offences Act on the Anti-Witchcraft Bill. Parliament passed a bill to criminalize the accusation, naming or labeling of another person as a witch on Thursday. The amendment also prohibits the practice by any person as a witch doctor or witch finder. This comes as victory for persons like 90-year-old Ekuya Dente, who was lynched in the Savannah region in 2020 after she was accused of witchcraft. A few of such incidents have since occurred, prompting the bill. Here's a recap of how it all went down in Parliament yesterday.
Speaker, yes, I move that the Criminal Offences Amendment Bill 2022 be now read the third time. I so move.
Seconder.
Mr. Speaker, I beg to second the motion.
Motion for the Criminal Offences Amendment Bill to be read the third time. Moved and seconded. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. Honorable members.
An act to amend the Criminal Offences Act 1960, Act 29, to prohibit the practice by any person as a witch doctor or a witch finder, to proscribe the declaration, accusation, naming or labeling of another person as a witch, and for related matters.
Honorable members, Criminal Offences Amendment Bill 2022 is read the third time and passed.
I cannot hide my joy now. So the reason is that for all the 539 persons who are locked up in witch camps across the country, they are looking forward to us to take some decisive step to dealing with this situation. This problem has lived with us for over 100 years. We've been struggling as to how to deal with it. And to the extent that this 8th Parliament has found it needful to pass this bill into law, for me, it's definitely going to bring about a very serious mind shift. It's going to correct a lot of ills in our society, and I am confident that we are just building a better society for ourselves. Well, the law simply says that henceforth nobody can practice as a witch doctor or a witch finder. And it will be also unlawful to accuse another person of witchcraft. If you are a community leader who supervises either the labeling of another person as a witch, or beating of the person, or lynching the person, as we have always been seeing, all of you will be in breach of this law.
NGO working towards the welfare of alleged witches in the northern region, Song Taba, also described the bill as a great development. Lamnato Adam is the executive director. Listen.
We are so excited with this progress that has been made. For me, I think that Parliament did well. Honorable Francis Sosu and the team did well, and our entire Parliament. I mean, we are so happy. We are glad that this has been passed. We are hoping that the President soon assents the signature, and then it makes a law. Madam Ekuya Dente's case adds up to a lot of issues, a lot of other cases that we had here. It's very dangerous. You know, our attitude towards mob injustice is serious. Whether it's about witchcraft, whether it's about theft, or any other thing, the moment people just say, this is a witch, this is a thief, you know, people do not even ask what she has done or what the person has stolen. We just pounce on the person. And so for me, I think that this is a great step, you know, to let people to stop labeling, naming, and denouncing pronouncing people as witches. It's serious. If you look within our context, where belief in witchcraft is so deep-seated, the moment somebody says, look, I saw you in a dream, you are attacking me, that alone is enough to either let you be banished, that is if you are even healthy with being banished, or even completely being lynched, or your property being, you know, destroyed. So it's a serious matter. And so if Parliament passes that bill that criminalizes it, it is great for us.
Well, I've been joined by the Christian Council's General Secretary, Reverend Dr. Cyril Fayose. He is also an advocate for an end to this menace. Do you think the prescribed sanctions are deterrent enough to check the practice and branding of people as witches and wizards in Ghana, Doc?
Good afternoon to you and to your cherished listeners and viewers. Yes, I think it's a good day for the preservation of the human rights of all of us here in Ghana, because any of us will fall prey to the accusation of witchcraft. So I think it's something that should be celebrated, and I think the experts have done their work, and I believe that the law is deterrent enough, and it should be enough to curb the menace of witchcraft accusations.
I know you've had cause in the past to condemn such acts of branding people as witches and wizards, and definitely this is coming as good news to you. But one other thing we should not forget is, because we're going to be taking all these people, if we have to close the witch camps and integrate them into our societies, how do we get the people to actually accept them as one of them to live peacefully in such societies?
Well, it will take a lot of education. It will take a lot of community work. It will take a lot of changing the minds of people in these communities for that to happen. But we don't necessarily have to send them directly into these communities. We can send them to what I would call halfway communities, if you like, first, and then eventually transition to their own communities after it has been totally accepted by those communities. So that is what I would say. It will take a lot of work on the side of many sectors of our society for that to happen.
The role of the church.
The religious traditional leaders may all have to play a role, yes.
Yeah. What's the role of the church in achieving this?
The church every Sunday has an audience that they talk to. So I think it's an opportunity to educate these communities on the matter. And I believe that there are churches in all these communities. So they will do most of the education. Of course, it must be backed by the traditional leaders as well. And I believe that if we do our work right, the community will eventually come to accept the fact that these people are just like us and they must be accepted into our community.
I'm grateful for your time. Reverend Cyril Fayose is General Secretary of the Christian Council.